So if you're like me during this quarantine time, you've probably spent a lot of time playing video games. And which one in specific? I'm talking about Call of Duty Warzone. Today on Major Nerd, we're going to talk about some major tips that are going to keep you alive on the battlefield longer. Now, if this is your first time here, please make sure you subscribe. We release videos like this every week on your favorite topics, so make sure you hit that button and make sure that notification bell is on so you can stay up to date with us. And we're going to start with the first major tip. If you're like me, you like sniping and you like playing it low and dirty, so you get the jump on people. One of the best perks to do that is the cold-blooded perk. It's one of the blue ones that you'll see when you're building your custom loadout. The cold-blooded perk makes it so that you're undetectable by UAV and thermal scopes. So if you and your buddies get some snipers and you want to camp down in those bushes or on top of a building, you can do that safe and sound, knowing that no one is going to shoot you. My next major tip is kind of more of a settings change. Now you notice that your mini-map in the top left of your screen is a circle, and that can actually be a square that gives you about 30% more coverage of what you're viewing around you. Go into your settings, change the mini-map style to square, and if you want it to be more of a Fortnite sense, you can also lock in the position of north, south, east, and west on your mini-map so that this way you can immediately call out where your opponents are around you. Now, if you're still in the settings and you want to get an advantage on your enemies, you can turn on the auto movement and auto run feature. These are found under the movement section under general, and this will change so that every time you move your stick forward, you will go into an automatic tactical sprint. The other feature, auto run forward, is a double tap of the stick forward and you will just continuously run forward infinitely. And you can look around and it makes it a lot easier on your other hand. Another major tip that's going to help you stay alive on the battlefield longer is the use of claymores. I'm pretty sure I have them on every single custom loadout that I have, but claymores have saved me time and time again. Not only does it kill some enemies that are walking in low shield, but it gives you a chance to hunker down and hide in a spot for long if you have to run away from the keyboard, and it also alerts you to an enemy's position if they've entered your personal space.
I care about my personal space. Whoa, whoa! Hey! Who's around me right now? Who's around me?
Now, this tip seems like a no-brainer, and I've already mentioned it, but custom loadouts will save your life. The moment you land on a map, don't worry about necessarily looting so much as finding your first gun or two, getting enough ammo that you can get the quick kill on anybody that's landed nearby, and save up for a custom loadout box. With the new update that just got released, they've been up to $8,500, but if you have that money sitting around and burning a hole in your pocket, you spend that and you get your custom loadout wherever you are on the map. Now, make sure all three of your teammates are using the custom loadout drop because it can be used for all three. And a little side tip here is that you will start out with max ammo the moment you swap your guns out with the custom loadout. So please make sure you do that and make sure you load up on some claymores. The next tip that a lot of people seem to forget is that shields are cheap. More often than not, you're going to find yourself on the battlefield and you're going to come under some heavy fire. Now, a lot of these shop points, these little shopping carts around the map can be found, and you can purchase a whole stack of shields for $1,500. There is no reason you should not be constantly stocked with shields at all times. Now, you may have noticed that whenever you're aiming down sights with your weapons, you will see a mount option, and this is the next tip that we're talking about. Mounting your weapons makes a huge difference with the amount of recoil your gun has when you're firing. Especially at medium and long range, mounting your weapon will cut off like 70% of all that juddering that goes around. So if you're carrying that LMG or if you're using a sniper, save yourself the trouble and either crouch down into prone position or lean and mount your weapon on any door or ledge to give yourself that upper hand. Now, all of these points would be kind of useless if you didn't have a goal in mind. And of course, it's important to get number one on the battlefield, but there's another big point that you need to focus on, and that is the self-revive kit. My final point here today, guys, is that if you have the money, buy yourself one of these self-revive kits. Oftentimes, you and your teammates will be way too far away to help each other out and go for the revive. And if you have a self-revive kit, you will save yourself a lot of heartache in the future. For a lot of money, it is a little expensive, you will make sure that you can stand up again and take out your enemies like they deserve it. Now, did I cover all the topics that were important? Do you think there are some tips that I kind of left out on that should have been mentioned here? Leave them in the comment section below. I would love to hear them, and I'll read every single one, and we can talk back and forth. And if you actually want to play with me in Call of Duty Warzone, I will leave my gamer tag here. It's nifty. I would love to follow you and have you follow me. We can play a few games and get some wins together. Once again, I'm Eric with Major Nerd, and stay alive in the war zone. I'll catch you guys later.